Hey everyone, it's Alan, and today I'm going to be talking about scientific inquiry. I believe we should start off with what scientific inquiry is. Scientific inquiry is the process scientists use to answer questions and learn new things. It is done through a series of steps which I will talk about later in the video. Scientists are faced with new questions every day, and many people depend on them to find the answers. Defining the question is the first part of scientific inquiry and perhaps one of the most important. So it's important that the questions are structured properly, which means that the questions can't be too broad, but they also can't be so insufficient that they limit thought. Most importantly, the questions have to be testable, which means that they have to be defined, measurable, and controllable. Good scientific questions usually start with phrases like, what is the relationship between? What factors cause? And what is the effect of? To make all of this more clear, I am going to walk you through the process of scientific inquiry by performing an experiment based on a good testable question. In my experiment, I would test whether or not smoke can be produced from a water bottle by twisting it. Scientists use the scientific method to organize their experiments, and that is exactly what I'm going to be using today. You can write the steps of the scientific method in a lab notebook to help others process your thoughts, in the case that they want to replicate the experiment later. The first step of the scientific method is defining the purpose of question. This is basically what the scientist is trying to learn. My question is going to be, what is the effect of twisting an empty water bottle as much as possible and then opening the bottle cap? The second step of the scientific method is forming the hypothesis. A hypothesis is a statement that can be tested through scientific experimenting. This can be written as an if-then statement. In this case, the hypothesis would be, if an empty water bottle is sufficiently twisted, then the bottle cap is removed, then a pressure smoke will be released from the bottle. The third step of the scientific method is conducting the actual experiment. This is where you'll test your hypothesis and find out if it was correct or not. In this step, you should write down a step-by-step procedure so it can be replicated by someone else in the future. I am going to walk you through the procedure of my experiment right now. Number 1. Grab an empty plastic water bottle, preferably with a few drops of water in there. Number 2. Ensure that the water bottle is not dented anywhere. If so, take the cap off and blow into the water bottle until the dents are gone. It is important to have maximum air pressure in the bottle. Number 3. Put the cap back on the bottle and close it tightly. Number 4. Using both of your hands, twist the water bottle below the label in the middle crevice of the bottle. Twist as much as you possibly can. Hold it in that twisted position. Number 5. We are going to release the air pressure from the bottle. While holding the bottle in this twisted position with one hand, open the bottle as quickly as possible with the other. Part 6. The smoke should appear from the bottle. And warning, this will create a loud noise. And also be sure not to point the bottle cap towards anyone, as the projectile could hit them. Alright, so let's continue with the scientific method. The fourth step of the scientific method is writing what happened during the experiment. This is also where any statistics will be done. The fifth and final step of the scientific method is the conclusion. In this step, you're simply stating whether or not your hypothesis was correct based on the data. In this case, I will write that based on the data, my hypothesis was correct. When the bottle was twisted, the air inside was condensed and heated. When I took the cap off, the air decompressed and cooled, causing the remaining water droplets to condense and form a cloud of smoke. So I hope this video gave you an idea of how scientific inquiry guides the process of an experiment, and how it helps you gain significant results and answers. This was fun, but that's all I have for today. So see you next time, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.